And our next guest is the Queen of Cabaret and has taken on the task of steering this year's Melbourne Cabaret Festival. Never one to fade into the background, Dolly Diamond is also taking to the stage herself.
Every now and again, a supporter comes along with a raw and unique talent that sets them aside from everybody else in this business that we call show. Well, that person is me. So good, 'cause I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, I feel good.
What's that you say, says Dolly? What's that you say? Can you have it a little louder? Dolly Diamond. Hello, Dolly. Welcome to News Breakfast.
Good morning. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, you
We're
look
thrilled to have you.
fabulous.
Well, I've made an effort.
You certainly
You've
have.
got to, haven't you?
So early in the morning.
I know. I got up last night and started getting
I know.
ready.
How do you get your hair like that, so high, so lustrous? Magic.
No, you're heated rollers. I do it all myself.
Look, it's a marvellous job. Dolly, congratulations on being made director of the Cabaret Festival. You are known as the undisputed Queen of Cabaret.
Well,
For those who aren't familiar, I mean, what is cabaret to you?
oh, to me, I think it's doing, when you go to see a musical, you know what you're going to get, don't you? It's exactly the same night after night. Cabaret is whatever you want to make it about. You know, you're doing a show about your life. It can be real, it can be unreal. You can guess which one I picked, don't you? Real. And it's the idea, of course, that every night is going to be different and every audience will get something different as well.
Your show is called The Lady is a Tramp.
Yes.
Why did you pick that particular song, that
Well,
particular title?
I've lived a life, if I'm honest, and it's about being, not to worry about being ashamed of what you've done and maybe, who you've been with.
Who have you been with,
What have you done that
Now, hold on, I
that
think
you
I'll
might
go with
be
your
ashamed-
question.
What might you... No, you won't. What might you have done that you could be ashamed of? Don't remember there are children at home.
Well, no, exactly. And it's nothing. That's the idea, isn't it?
Really?
I think as a woman, I'm taking back the fact that when a man sleeps around, he's a stud or a Casanova.
Yes.
But when a woman does it, she's a tramp or, or those other words. And that's not right by me. It's that inequality that I don't like. And as a woman, I'm fighting back.
You're seeking to redress the balance.
Claiming that trampiness for yourself.
Yes, and I think you could... why don't we all women? I think all women should do it, don't you?
Yes, Virginia, what do you reckon?
Oh dear,
you've
it's begun. It's begun.
I would never.
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure
my
you would
best
not.
behaviour. If I'm picking on anyone, it's that one.
Yeah, why?
Could
Why me?
you, please?
Well,
Yeah.
because I think I was maybe a little harsh to Virginia.
I think you were
But
too.
I know that you give back so well. That's what it is.
She does so well. This is our Blankety Blanks performance.
Famously.
Oh, you were amazing. Both of
You were pretty rugged on Virginia. We're showing pictures of the gala event now.
This is the nervous Michael smile. Please don't eat me. This is after we'd survived the onslaught.
and look, you were wonderful. A lot of swearing, if my memory serves
Yes, from
me
you
correct.
especially.
No,
Dolly.
well,
My
I just
ears
do it to
were
punctuate.
You should have heard what Virginia was saying about you backstage.
I don't mind.
I was shocked.
I don't mind at all.
No, you can handle it.
I can.
I want to ask you a little bit about your... do we describe him as your manager, Michael Dalton?
Well, I think so. I mean, I get looked after, mostly quite well, but not always.
Oh, yes. What more can he do?
Well, more, I think, is the answer.
Do you have a
isn't
good
it?
relationship with him?
I do, and I think we both went into this festival knowing that we both had a job to do.
What's his job?
Well, probably the more office admin side of things, the less glamorous side, which is obviously just as important, isn't it?
Well, it is.
There's a huge amount of acts on, some fabulous acts.
Tell us about those. There's a Cilla Black tribute act. There's a Joni Mitchell tribute act as
Well,
well, which sounds
Queenie Van
fabulous.
Sant is Joni. Well, she's not Joni Mitchell. Well, I think what a lot of them do when they do the songs of artists that they admire is for that very reason, that they admire them and they pay tribute. That's what I like. And Queenie Van Sant is absolutely phenomenal. She has an amazing voice.
You want to prefer Australian artists in this particular season of the festival, whereas there's been a lot of overseas visitors. Why is that?
Because I live and work in Australia, and I live and work predominantly in Melbourne, and that's what, for me, a festival that, Melbourne Cabaret Festival, for me, my year number one, I don't know if I'm doing it again, but if they ask me, I probably would say yes. The fact is that it's got to be. I want it to be Australian, you know,
Yeah.
and there's so much talent in Australia, and I know that coming from London, moving over here, and loving to live nowhere else other than Melbourne, you know,
That's
absolutely
great.
wonderful.
So why haven't you been Queen of Moomba, Dolly? Oh, it's a sore point.
The Lord Mayor Robert Doyle is the one who makes the decision, and I've had to let it go. You know, it still could bring a tear to a glass eye, but I have had to let it go. And there are other jobs for me to do.
Yes.
An artistic director was one I've taken with both hands, you know.
In order to fill the gaping hole in your heart that is not being made.
You absolutely. I had the crown made, for God's sake, you know.
Imagine you'd have several.
Oh, well, I do actually. Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Yes.
many in your line of work, such as it is, often don't actually sing the songs, do they?
No.
They play a record or a CD and they mime along. But you've got a voice, Ms. Diamond.
I think that's the difference between, you know, you can't do cabaret and mime, really, I don't think, you know. I mean, good luck to you if you're getting a living out of that. But I think I do. And my voice is, I think you said honey over gravel or
Yes.
the other way. And
He said gravel over honey.
yeah, I think
That's kind of better, I think.
they both work.
It's a great voice.
Rough is the word we're looking for. And but it's a tuneful rough, you know.
I think it's a very tuned and it's got
Thank
some
you.
soul.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
bit of a belter, and I think that's just from years of doing musical theatre and lots of years of doing cabaret, you know.
And having a massive personality to boot, Dolly.
Thank you.
In the nicest possible way.
Yeah, I took it.
Yeah,
Yes,
good.
I took it
So
on.
do you belt out the Frankie Sinatra number, the
I
title
don't
track?
actually do it. No, isn't that weird?
Oh, why not?
Yes, because I don't want to.
Okay.
There's lots of other songs. It's you know, female empowerment songs. I Am Woman
Oh,
and
hello, Mary,
Woman
yes.
by Nana Cherry. There's a lot of women in
Yes.
the title. You see what I did there? And but it's you know, it's obviously not just my show. There's a whole festival out
Yeah.
there, and I really, as artistic director, I must talk about those next time I'm on. I think no, but listen, they're absolutely fabulous, and a majority of these new shows as well. You know, they've never been seen anywhere before, which is exciting, isn't it?
Well, look, we have a new segment on the program which is Ask Nate, where people get to ask.
I watched it.
Yes,
yes,
get to
the
ask Nate
children
about
asking
it
about
was
the
charming,
clouds.
wasn't it? It was
I
beautiful.
absolutely loved
I'm
it.
just wondering where an Ask Dolly might go.
Yeah,
is the
I think-
conversation.
I
On
think-
late night TV, I'm
No,
suggesting.
absolutely not, Michael. You're wrong. You're wrong. Virginia is right today. Virginia is right.
Oh, thank God.
And I think right in the middle of the program.
Yes.
Probably for around about an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Any question you like.
Well, I mean, you know, we've lost Dolly Doctor, haven't we?
Oh,
You know?
good Lord.
Yes. No, but
No, I'm
You
actually
still-
Oh, that's
quaking in my boots at the thought of that.
no, it'd be
Yes.
all right. It'd
That's
be
the
quite
magazine,
safe.
Dolly. That was the questions about.
Yes.
Everything
About-
else.
Yes.
That's
About-
right.
Well, we can keep it, you know, above the
Nice.
waistline.
Dolly, always lovely to see you.
And lovely to see you too as well.
Thank you for making such an effort for us as well.
My pleasure. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
And the Cabaret Festival kicks off.
It's all happening next Tuesday on the 20th of June with a lovely gala, and then it runs for 2 weeks.
Excellent.
How nice. So plenty of time to catch up the best of Australian cabaret. Thank you, Dolly.
Absolutely my pleasure.